toss to McCaffrey, and he runs out across the 30, breaks a tackle, he's gone! It is intercepted! The 49ers have the football! Touchdown! He's into the end zone! Touchdown! Touchdown! 49ers! San Francisco!
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a late night. Let's talk Niners with Niners Sickness. I am your host. How's everybody doing tonight? Thank you for joining those that are joined in and those that are joining in later on. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell for your boy, Niners Sickness. What's up, Jimmy? How you doing, brother? Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. We're going to talk 49er football, guys. We're going to talk about the new addition to the San Francisco 49ers. Many of you already know that the Niners traded for Bryce Huff, formerly played for the Jets under Robert Saleh. Then it was picked up by the Eagles on a 3-year, $51+ million contract. It did not work out with the coordinator there. Vic Fangio has a different type of defense that he likes to run, and it just didn't work out with Huff. Now, Huff is reuniting with his coach and Robert Saleh in San Francisco. This kid can rush. He's a unique player. He's not your every down. You know, we're not going to mistake Huff for Bosa. Okay? We're not mistaking Huff for Bosa. Bosa can play every down. He can set the edge, he can stop the run, and he can go after the quarterback. We're not going to expect that from Bryce Huff. We drafted Kyle Williams to do that. The 49ers drafted with their 11th overall pick Kyle Williams to set the edge and stop the run and get after the quarterback opposite of Nick Bosa. Then they drafted Alfred Collins to set the inside. Then they drafted C.J. West. But they needed another pure pass rusher. Someone that can get off the ball immediately. A D Ford, if you will. Remember 2019. Although 2019 is a nice season defensively, but it has some heartbreaks because unfortunately D Ford wasn't healthy enough of what we expected to get from him when we traded for him from Kansas City. We've been looking for that type of press rusher. Now, the Niners went out and drafted Kyle Williams. Now, these are rookies. Rookies, I don't care what the potential is. I don't care how good they look in camp until they play a down in regular games. I don't know what we're getting from Kyle Williams. I'm hoping we get the best from this kid. I'm hoping that Alfred Collins can step up and plug up that middle. We're hoping that C.J. West can turn out to be a player, if as good, if not better, than D.J. Jones. But Huff has proved, as long as he's in the right system, The guy can go after the quarterback. Huff is not no slouch. I've been hearing a lot of mixed comments on X worried about Huff. Well, Huff only had one good year in 2023. And he got drafted. Well, he was an undrafted free agent that was signed by the Jets in 2020, 21, and 22. And he didn't take off into 2023. And then he went over to the Eagles. And the sack department, it sounds like he wasn't that great. But if you understand what kind of player Bryce Huff is, then you as a Niner fan, we as Niner fans, should get very excited about Huff, especially the way he's going to be used with Robert Saleh. He doesn't have to come in and do the things that Vic Fangio wanted him to do in Philly. He doesn't have to be all three down defensive end. He can come in on third and long, second and long, and do his damage. What's up, Eddie? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the channel, my friend. Welcome. Good to see you. So, listen. We drafted Mikael Williams, who has a great upside. Great upside. He's going to set the edge opposite of Bosa. He's going to help with the run. He's going to be your first, second down guy. On packages like third down, we can bring in what they call the NASCAR package, right? And what would the NASCAR package consist of? Well, speed and power. Speed on the outside, power in the inside. They can move Mikael Williams inside, bring in Yamatos. I'm always screwing up his name. Bring him in. He showed promise last year. Kind of got hurt in preseason. Kind of wasn't the guy. He wasn't the same. Hopefully this year, he'll show a lot of Niner fans why we picked him up. So you put Matos in the middle next to Williams. You already have Bosa on the outside. And now you bring in Bryce Huff on third and long, third and 8, third and 7, third and 12. Huff is going to put his hands on the dirt, stick his butt up, and as soon as he sees that center hike that ball, he's going to go. And he's going to power himself towards the quarterback. Now, Huff did not get a lot of sacks with the Eagles, but he got pressures, and he wasn't utilized properly. A lot of us that don't watch film think that, well, if he didn't work out with Vic Fangio is one heck of a coordinator. This guy's been doing that job for years, and that is true. He is one heck of a coordinator. But every coordinator has a scheme, has a philosophy that they like to run. And Vic Fangio runs a 3-4. And a 3-4, you're asking Huff, who likes to put his hand on the dirt, to stand up. And a lot of us, we think, well, what's the difference? Standing up or your hands on the dirt? If you ever played football, if you ever play defensive. We are creatures of habit. We have things that we like to do, and we do it naturally. Huff has been putting his hand on the ground forever. Now he goes to the Eagles. Now he wants to make the money. I mean, listen. He knew he was going to a 3-4 defense. But Huff was trying to get paid. You got to remember, he's an undrafted free agent. He wants to get paid. So, of course, he's going to go to the Eagles. He knows that that's not the defense that he likes to play in. But he probably said, hey, I'll give it a try. I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can't play in that type of defense. But the real reason why Huff went to the Eagles is because of the money. And I don't blame Huff one bit. I don't blame him. You had a great year in 2023. You get the opportunity to sign a 3-year, $51 million plus contract. You do it. But unfortunately, it didn't work out in Philadelphia. So now the trade happens. The Niners traded for him for a mid-round trade. Now, nobody knows what round that is. Everybody is speculating it's going to be at least a 4th round pick, maybe a 5th or 6th. I don't think it's going to be a 4th. I think it's going to be a 5th round. We do have 3 4th round picks, but I don't think, listen, the Eagles wanted to get out of the contract of Huff. Listen carefully. The Eagles did not work. Huff did not work out for them. He was a healthy scratch in the Super Bowl. They won the Super Bowl without Huff. They want to move on. They want to correct that mistake and move on. Now, because Huff had a down year with the Eagles, and he was a healthy scratch in the Super Bowl, a lot of teams that are not familiar with Huff will have their reservations on trading for him. And you can't blame this team. They're like, wait a minute. They paid this guy all this money. He didn't have a good season, and he was a healthy scratch in the Super Bowl. We're not trading for this dude. And rightfully so. They're not familiar with him. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Guess who is familiar with one Bryce Huff? That is our new/old coordinator. Our coordinator, Robert Saleh, is very familiar with Huff. And it had to take someone knowing about Huff to make a trade. Now, a lot of people think, what's up, Tommy? I see you, Tommy. How you doing, sir? Now, a lot of people feel that the Niners gave up a 4th round pick. I don't think so. I think it's going to be a 5th round pick. Why? Because truthfully, the Eagles was going to cut Huff. If they couldn't find a partner to trade with the Eagles, they want to move on. They felt they made a mistake in signing Huff. They won a Super Bowl. They got the hardware without him. He was a healthy scratch. Let's move on. I guarantee you, if nobody would have traded for him, he would have been cut. Now you might say, well, why didn't the Niners wait for the Eagles to cut him and then pick him up? Because now if there's another team that wants him, now the Niners have to compete with other teams. And teams are always looking for defensive ends, right? So they decided, we're going to trade for him, but we're not going to give you a high draft pick. You're going to end up cutting him anyway. So we give you a fifth. You pay half, we pay half, and we split the bill in the 2025 for Huff. All I've been hearing is how the Eagles general manager looks like a genius. Oh, he fleeced the Niners. Oh my goodness, he got a trade. He got a mid pick from the Niners. The Niners have to pay for half of that salary. First of all, if their GM is that smart, why did he sign this guy in the first place? Just because he does not work in Philly doesn't mean Huff is not going to work for the Niners. Just because Huff did not work for Philadelphia Eagles, it doesn't mean he's not going to be able to come in and be very successful back under Robert Saleh and Chris Kasarik in this Niners defense. What's up, Tommy? Tell me why you mad. Tell me why you mad, brother. Let me and my babies over here tell me why you're mad. So make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. As you're tuning in, I appreciate you guys hanging with me. So listen, I want to get you guys excited, okay? I want to get you guys excited. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get excited here, ladies and gentlemen. Our defense is starting now. They got to work. These rookies have to work out. They have to plan out. They got to be good. Everything looks good on paper. But I like what the Niners have done defensively. I love that the new sheriff is in charge. Nobody can convince me otherwise. Robert Saleh is in charge of that defense. Robert Saleh is in charge of that defense. And Robert Saleh is not the same guy he was with his first term as the Niners coordinator. When Saleh got hired as the Niners coordinator back in 2017, he was a first-time coordinator. For him, it was more of a yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, Kyle. No, Kyle. What do you need me to do, Kyle? Kyle, you're my boss, Kyle. I will not step on your toes, Kyle. That's Robert Saleh the first time he was a coordinator. Because it was his first time becoming a coordinator of a defense, being promoted from linebackers coach. So he was the yes man. The Robert Saleh that we have today is no longer the yes man. He's the flip you off man. Kyle, you don't like what I'm doing? Kiss my butt. Kyle, you don't think this? You don't want this? I'm out of here. I went and became a head coach for a shitty organization like the New York Jets. They are trash. Although they are trash from the front office to the field, I was able to sustain their defense. You hire me back because you want this defense to be number one. I am not the same Robert Saleh that you hired back in 2017. Back then, I was the yes man. Back then, Kyle, I would never step over your toes. Today, Robert Saleh will wear big ass boots and will have no problem stepping on Kyle's toes. In other words, Robert Saleh is going to do what he got hired to do. We drafted five defensive players in this year's draft. 5 defensive players. Yes, there was need. Yes, there was need at that position. Yes, we let go a lot of defensive players. Yes, we had to draft. But we drafted 5 defensive players in a row. Stop it, Roxy. That's right there telling you that Robert Saleh is in charge. What's up, my brother? We got a Eagles fan in the house. What's up, brother? Number 1 defense without that bum. Now, listen, bro, your defense is good. Congratulations on winning the Super Bowl. I'm pretty sure you are enjoying it. You are on top of the world, as you should be. Your team, no, Roxy, get over here. Your team won the Super Bowl. So, hey, enjoy it. Now, stating that Huff is a bum because he didn't work out for your type of defense, it's unfair. Now, you're entitled to call him whatever you want. But just because he didn't work out in Vic Fangio's defense, it doesn't mean Huff is a bum. Vic wanted to get more out of Huff because the investment they put into him in a 3-year, $51 million plus signing contract. That's why Vic wanted to get more out of this kid, because of the investment that the Eagles put in. The Niners are getting them at $7+ million. You guys are paying them additional $9 million for us. His expectations to perform with the Niners is not the same as it was with the Eagles. And pressure is everything, my friend. With the Eagles, he expected to be the guy or to be one of the guys. Pressure. With the Niners, he is not expected to be one of the main guys. He's expected to be a help to the guys that we already have. Less pressure. Plus, Huff is going to do what he likes to do best. Go after the quarterback, pin his hands to the ground, put up his butt, and as soon as that ball is hiked, go after the quarterback. That's what he does best. He didn't get that opportunity with the Eagles. Now, you guys run a different defense. It worked. Listen, I don't like Kansas City. I really don't. I love that your defense harassed Patrick Mahomes, harassed Travis Kelce, and just put a beat down on the Kansas City Chiefs. I love that your defense made a statement to Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid. You ain't effing with us today. So congrats to your defense, my friend. You guys did one hell of a job. So much that the Niners and the Rams are trying to do what the Eagles have done. It's a copycat league, man. It's what it is. He wasn't a skim fit. Brandon, yeah. Now, Brandon Graham, I have a lot of respect for that guy. A lot of respect. He's retired. He has no business to say anything regarding this. He could have kept his mouth shut. He could have just said, you know what? I got no dog in this fight. But he came on the radio podcast and spoke truth. Defenders know defenders. Graham got to see what type of player Huff is. But he realized in Philadelphia, because of what they expected from Huff, it wasn't a good fit. Now, Huff will be productive in San Francisco. He will be productive. And people are going to say what they're going to say, but the reality is the Eagles were not stupid in letting go of Huff. They weren't. They won a Super Bowl with Huff on the bench. They don't have the time to retrain Huff how to play in a 3-4 defense. This is why they moved on. Now, the Niners are in a situation where they needed a pass rusher with the speed of D Ford. We needed a D Ford on the outside. And we got that with Huff. I'm excited about this defense. Now, Mikael Williams has to hit. Alfred Collins has to hit. CJ West has to be good in order for this to work. That's just the reality. What's up, Crazy Juice? Welcome to the channel, my friend. That's just the reality. These rookies have to hit. They have the upside. They have the potential. But they got to show us that they're going to be able to hold their weight as Niners. Otherwise, everything's for shit. Mikael Williams has to be the guy that we think and hope he will be. Alfred Collins doesn't have to be that. There's more pressure on Williams than there is in Collins, in my opinion. Collins just has to plug up the hole, take two defenders, and open up the lanes for Fred Warner and company. That's the job. No, Maui. That is the job for Collins. Stop the run and open the lane for your linebackers. And if you're in the process, and if you can get a sack here and there in between, go for it. If you can get a sack, go for it, Collins. But your job is to plug up the hole, take on two defenders, and open up the lanes. If Collins can do that without sacks, I am happy. Sacks to me are extra. Now, CJ West, I expect him to get sacks. I expect him to get to the quarterback. I think if he doesn't get to the quarterback, if CJ West doesn't get to the quarterback, I will be disappointed. Not so much with Alfred Collins. Not so much with Alfred Collins. With Alfred Collins, if he can just hold the defenders, plug up the hole, stop the run, open up the lanes for everybody else, he is doing his job. CJ West, I need him to do what DJ Jones did, if not more. Remember DJ Jones? What's up, Daniel Burry Sports? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the channel. Can you see CJ's comments? I cannot. And I've never blocked them from my channel. I don't have moderators anymore because I used to have moderators that would block people because they just didn't like certain people. I'm not saying this is what happened to CJ, but I would have moderators that will block people, not because they were being disrespectful to me or to the channel. They just had personal issues with certain people. And because they were moderators, they took it upon themselves to block people. This is why I decided to have no moderators. I am the only one that can block people because I don't have easy skin, or however you want to call it. I can take crap. People can make fun of me. People can make jokes at me and be disrespectful to a certain extent. And I can handle it. I don't have an issue. I don't block people right away just to block them. Oh, he called me he made a fat joke. Oh my God, I am devastated. I'm fat. It comes with the territory. Or I'm ugly or whatever. Yeah, you know, I know people don't like personal attacks, but I don't care. I think if you say something funny, and it is funny, even though it's offensive, I'll laugh. I'll laugh with you. So I got rid of my moderators for that. So if CJ got blocked by one of my moderators, what I'll do tonight after the show, I will go through my YouTube channel to see who's blocked, and if he's in there, I will unblock him. Please let him know. What's up? Scott in the house. How you doing, sir? Welcome to the channel. Niners are going to shock the league. I like it. Let's go. I like that. Let me see. Let me give you a good one. Let me give you.
Bravo!
Let's go. I like that. I want to see it first. I want to see it first, but I like that statement, my friend. We got to be confident with our team. What's up, Seahawk Eddie? How you doing, sir? Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Let's see here. Give me a second. Yes. I think I don't care what team you come from, getting acclimated from the college ball to the NFL is going to take some attuning. Now, players individually, depends on them. Some are quick learners. Some learn slow. So we got to see what Mikael Williams does. Robert Beal hasn't picked the defense. Well, he's been hurt a lot too, but so not everybody, just because you're from Georgia, you start slow. I expect this is just maybe me just being a fanboy. Maybe I'm just being a fanboy. But I really think that Mikael Williams is going to be Rookie of the Year. I really do. I think his possibility of becoming Rookie of the Year is high. And this is maybe me being a fanboy, but under Chris Kasarik and Robert Saleh, they're going to utilize this kid in a special way. You can see, but the thing is, I can't see the comments. So when somebody's blocked, it's not necessarily blocked from you guys. It's blocked from the owner of the channel. I can't see him in here unless he's in a different name. But I don't see his comments. And this is why I can't say hi. Hey, CJ, welcome to the channel, because I don't see him in here. The only thing I can think of is he was probably blocked by one of my moderators in the past. And like I said, this is why I don't have moderators anymore. For that reason. Not that I won't have, but I'm being more careful on who becomes a moderator. I'm not just making anybody a moderator. We will have talks over the phone. I want to kind of get a feel of these people, where they're at. You know, are they easily offended? Do they take things personal? If they don't, then they can become moderators. I just don't need someone to be my moderator and gets easily offended. Oh, really? That I was not aware of. That I wasn't aware of. So, guys, listen. Real quick, back to Huff. He wasn't able to do what the Eagles wanted him to do in Philadelphia. It doesn't mean that the Eagles were wrong. The Eagles did what was best for their team at the time. I don't blame their general manager. Huff had a great year in 2023. And because of that great year, he got paid. The Eagles needed help, so they brought him in. I don't blame the Eagles. The problem is he just doesn't work under that scheme. It happens. Not just with Huff, but it happens with a lot of players. I've seen that a lot with a lot of players. They just don't work in certain schemes. And I think that the Niners are going to get a great pass rusher out of Huff. And when they do, and if Huff has 5, 6, 7, or 8 sacks, that should not discredit the Eagles. I know Niner fans and Eagle fans, they go back at each other and they're like, the Eagles are stupid for letting him go. Look what he's doing with the Niners. The Niners, he's blowing up with the Niners. He's just in a better scheme. And if Huff doesn't pick this defense up, which I should see no reason why he wouldn't, he's under Robert Saleh. Let's just say he has a down year or he doesn't meet expectations year one. Then a lot of Eagle fans are going to be like, yeah, we fleeced the Niners. We took the Niners to the woodshed. Man, Eagles. They don't try to spell Eagles anymore because they don't know how. Not every Eagle fan. It's B-A. Oh, wait a minute. Beagle? Oh, no. Eagle. But the point is, this was a win-win situation for both teams. The Eagles won a Super Bowl without Huff. The Niners need a pure pass rusher with Huff. I like this. Now, again, Mikael Williams has to play good. Alfred Collins has to do his job, and so does C.J. West and the rest of the guys, including Bosa, in order for this to be effective. But imagine Mikael Williams setting the edge, stopping the run, going after the quarterback, bulldozing tackles down. You got Alfred Collins doing his thing. You got C.J. West doing his thing. You got Bosa being Bosa. That's going to put pressure on offensive coordinators and offensive players. Now, on third down, or maybe second and long, or maybe there's 2 minutes left, minute and a half, the other team is trying to score so they can win the game, and the Niners trying to prevent that from happening, and they're trying to hold on to their lead. I can see packages where the NASCAR comes in. They push Mikael Williams inside. Kind of like what they did with Eric Armstead Except Eric, they pushed him on the outside, and he played in the inside at first. Williams will play and start on the outside and get pushed in the inside in the packages. But it'll consist of Nick Bosa, Matos, Williams, and then they bring in Huff opposite of Bosa. You got the two speeds on the outside from Huff and Bosa. And then you got the two power big guys running over guards. Can you imagine being a guard and Mikael Williams is coming at you? You're shitting your pants. I hope we can get what we had in 2019. I like what we had in 2019. What's up, guys? I'm sorry. I had my comments pushed up, so I did not realize comments were coming in. My apologies. Pino Man, how you doing, sir? Guys, I have a confession. We got it better than us. Nobody. Okay, we got a Charger fan in the house. Right on. No, you can't be messing with these cords. We got a Chargers fan in the house. What's up, guys? Welcome, welcome. You can't use who has it better than us, bro. When Harbaugh used it in college, but the Niners were the first team to hire Jim Harbaugh out of college. So the Niners took who has it better than us? Nobody. The Chargers are now like the stepchild, the second team of Harbaugh. They don't have the same respect like the first kids, which were the Niners. But your team looks like it might be a good team. So, I'm excited about Huff. I think Huff is going to come in, guys, and be an asset to this team. I really do. Now, we got to wait for Mikael Williams to develop. Hopefully, he develops quicker than later. Collins has to come in and do his thing. And the key thing is we got to remain healthy, right? We got to remain healthy. We got to remain healthy. Because if health is an issue, things don't work out the way they should. So if the guys can stay healthy and do their thing, I expect the Niners to really be a good team in 2025. Can they win the West? Absolutely. And this is not me being foolish or... The Niners still have a lot of great players in key parts. They still have Brock Purdy. Already paid, signed, and delivered. No drama. We're not wasting time and worrying, oh my God, when is Purdy going to sign? Is he going to sign before the season starts? Oh my God, he's missing time with his receiver. None of that. All taken care of. George Kittle signed. Fred Warner signed. All players are good to go. We still have key players at key positions. Our defense is going to have to step up for sure. But having a coordinator like Robert Saleh brings confidence to me. But the Niners draft picks have to play out. They got to play out, and we can't get hurt. at key positions. I'm not claiming this. I don't want this. I'm letting you know right now, I'm knocking on wood. But this is not the year that Fred Warner finally gets hurt, for example. That can't happen. Because that will put that'll just mess up this team, even with the easiest schedule. That cannot happen. That just cannot happen. You got to have these players stay healthy. And the development of the rookies have to continue to grow each week. I got to see that these kids are growing. I got to see that these kids are taking steps in the right direction. I want to see consistency in the growth. I don't want to see 1 week Williams looks good. Next week, Williams doesn't look good. Next week, he looks better. I want to see consistency from these rookies. Every week, they're getting better. They don't got to be perfect, but they're getting better. That will show me that we're heading in the right direction and we're coming together as a team. I have high expectations and I have hope that these kids they're gonna become men quickly, right? And I expect the Niners to contend in the NFC West. I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate. Good luck with your Chargers as well. Good luck with your Chargers as well. Beat the Raiders, beat Kansas City, and beat Denver in your division. The Rams have made some moves. They brought in Devontae Adams. They drafted certain players, but the Rams are not like this powerhouse team. They're still young. They're headed in the right direction. And the Cardinals, I don't know. The Cardinals got a good corner. They got a good D tackle. But they're still the Cardinals. They are. And the Seahawks, I mean, they got Sam Darnold. Does anybody really believe that Sam Darnold is going to have 2 years in a row, a type of year he had in Minnesota? Are the Seahawks offense good enough to protect Sam Darnold? I think letting go of Geno Smith was a mistake. But we'll see what Sam Darnold does. But the Niners, with the schedule that we have, if our rookies begin to show growth and they begin to learn and get better and better, now that we added Huff, why can't the Niners win and take this division? It's all going to depend on our defense. Our offense is good enough. Our offense was spurting 30 points. I know a lot of people question the offensive line. I know a lot of Niner fans are worried about the offensive line. But as long as they stay healthy, we'll be fine. Do I wish the Niners would address the offensive line? Of course. Do I wish we had more depth in our offensive line? Of course. But if we can stay healthy in that offensive line, we'll be fine. Now, question is receivers. Now, we still have a Ayuk, but he's coming off an injury. What kind of Ayuk are we getting? Does he even want to be here? That's a question. That's a flag, red flag for me. Ricky Parcell is hurt. He's not getting the timing with Brock Purdy. He's missing valuable timing with Brock. That concerns me. Jacob Cowning. I don't know what to expect from him. I heard he bulked up. I hope he does good for us, but I don't know what we're getting from him. Juwan Jennings. Right now, besides or while what's his name is hurt, Juwan Jennings is our best receiver on the team. And no disrespect to Jennings, but that scares me. That scares the butt off of me that Juwan Jennings is the best receiver right now. Long as Christian McCaffrey is good, we're good at running back. We got Garendo to back him up. I'm okay there. I'm okay with the offensive line. I'm okay with the running back. As long as Christian McCaffrey stays healthy, I am good. I am concerned about the receiving core. I am. We got Kittle, but Kittle's getting up there in age, but we still have him. So that kind of eases the worries a little bit. But the reality is, where are we going to be in the receiving court? We got Robinson from the Rams, but the guy's going to be suspended for the first 3 games. I hope they don't suspend him, but most likely he will. Right now that Brandon Ayuk is hurt, would have been great to have Robinson, but then he's going to be out 3 games. If that's the case with Brandon Ayuk, who did we start the season with? Ricky Parcell, Juwan Jennings, and who's our third receiver? Jacob Cowing? Those are legitimate concerns. Our defense has to be able to stop offenses from scoring. Until we get our crap together with our receiving core, I don't know where we're going to be at offensively to have a touchdown war with other offenses. So this is why our defense has to play well, has to learn the scheme, has to progress, get better each game, and continue to develop. Robert Saleh is going to have to coach his butt off. Robert Saleh and Chris Kasarik are going to truly have to earn their money. You don't got first round across the offensive line. You don't got Pro Bowlers across the offensive line. You got one starter from last year on that front defensive line. Nick Bosa. Everyone is a question mark. If Mikael Williams doesn't step up to be that player that we think he can be, it could even with a soft or easy schedule, these are still NFL teams. If our rookies struggle in learning the defense scheme, if they struggle and make mental mistakes that will cost us games, I don't care who we play on that so-called easy schedule, that can still turn into a loss. I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer here, but I'm being realistic. I know a lot of Niner fans are like, man, we got the easiest schedule. We're going to be the number one seed in 2025. I'm like, hey, everybody's entitled to feel the way they feel about their team, believe what they want to believe. But this old man right here, he is realistic. Would I be happy? Would I be ecstatic if we had the number one seed? Of course. But that's going to be hard to contain until we get an idea of what we have defensively with the rookies. Right now, the only consistency people that I can trust on the defense is Bosa, Fred Warner, Lenore, Mustafa when he comes back, Jair Brown maybe. Think about it. I don't trust I forgot his name, the kid from last year. He came from the Browns. He's supposed to start at D tackle, but I think he's going to lose his job to Alfred Collins. But if we can be honest with ourselves, the only guys that we know that are for sure thing based on what we've seen in the past years is Bosa, Fred Warner, Lenore. That's it. Am I missing somebody? Who am I missing? I mean, we lost Hargrave. We lost, what's his name? Leonard Floyd. We lost a lot of players. We lost Dre Greenlaw, Shavarius Ward. Is Renardo Green going to take a step up or a step backwards? Those sophomore years are no joke. Now, I hope that Renardo Green takes a leap forward and continues to grow where he left off last year. But if he starts taking pedals backwards, step backward, we're in trouble. So until I see that defense come together, play together, dominate together, I don't care if we have an easy schedule. There's no guarantee we make the playoffs. Playoffs? Jim Mora. No, you're right. Hargrave was good, but he needed somebody. Listen, Hargrave next to Alfred Collins, Hargrave would have worked. He needed somebody big next to him to take on two defenders like he had with the Eagles. But these guys, these rookies, as much as potential as they have and exciting as I am by their name, Alfred Collins, yeah, big boy. CJ West, yeah, he stopped the run in Indiana. We got Martin, linebacker, possibly the next Dre Greenlaw. We got Upton, the next Williams. Remember not Kyle Williams. Oh my God. The kid, he was a corner. He was a little guy. He was good slot corner for us, and he went to the Broncos. He went to the Broncos. You guys remember who I'm talking about? Upton could be someone like that, but he has to prove it. There's a lot of potential with these rookies, but I haven't seen them play. So am I nervous? Heck yeah. That's why when I hear people say, if the Niners don't make the playoffs with this schedule, they should fire Kyle. Well, if we don't make the playoffs because of our defense, then no, you don't fire Kyle. But if we don't make the playoffs because of our offense, then Kyle should be in discussion. K'Wan Williams. Thank you, Juice. Yes. K'Wan. They're trying to replace him. They're trying to replace Greenlaw. They're trying to replace Buckner with Alfred Collins. They're trying to replace DJ Jones with CJ West. See the pattern? They're trying to replace, I don't know if I said this already, excuse me if I did, Greenlaw with Martin. Robert Saleh knows what worked in San Francisco. Robert Saleh saw success with certain players playing certain spots. Now he's trying to do it again. Now he got the players that are capable of doing that. They just got to do it. They just got to do it. But I am excited to see what the Niners have in store for us. I'm excited to see the development of our rookies, both defensively and on offense. I like to see the new receiver. Watkins, the receiver. I like to see James, the running back out of Oregon. These things excite me. You should be excited, but also be realistic. Now, adding Huff to our defense was a great decision. You add another veteran to that defense. Now you have Huff and Bosa. Even if Huff is not lining up every down, he is talking to the young guys and pumping them up. That's a positive. Jalen Carter. That was a nice pickup. Hey, Tanisha. How you doing, girl? Long time no see. Good to see you. Nice seeing you. I'm excited, guys. I am excited. I probably didn't sound excited the last 10, 15 minutes, but I am excited about the Niners. I think the Niners have great potential. I think the Niners are going to be good. But these rookies have to come into their own and fast. I don't expect, out of the three players, I don't expect all pros or Pro Bowlers out of all three players year one. When it comes to Williams, West, and Collins, I don't expect them. Listen, if they are all playing above their expectations, then praise God. If Collins is kicking butt, taking names and kicking butt, if CJ West is terrorizing guards, if Williams is getting to the quarterback setting the edge opposite of Bosa, then man, I'll be excited, but I have to see it. I got to see it. We should take advantage of having the easiest schedule since Atlanta in 2015. We definitely should take advantage of having the easiest schedule since Atlanta did in 2015. Can we take advantage? The team that we're competing with are the Rams. Let's keep it in focus, and I'm going to close with this. The team that we're trying to keep up with are the Rams. When we faced the NFC North, we faced the Bears. The Rams have to play the Packers or the Vikings. I forgot which one it is. Oh no, they got to play the Lions. Excuse me. When we play the Browns, the Rams have to play the Ravens. The Rams play the top of the crop on the division that we play, and we play at the bottom. So can we win the division? Absolutely. But we gotta handle our business with this easy schedule. We can't afford for mental mistakes. If our rookies are having mental mistakes at crucial times, if they give the ball to James, the running back, and he fumbles at a crucial time, no bueno. If Mikael Williams goes and he's about to grab the quarterback, but he slips and lets him go, and the quarterback throws a 50-yard touchdown, no bueno. I think these rookies are going to step up. I said this in the beginning of the show. I'll say it again for those that came in late. I believe that Mikael Williams will be Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Niners. I think it'll be between him and CJ West, honestly. But I think Williams will get it. Maybe I'm being a fanboy. Maybe. But I believe it. If Verse can get it for the Rams, Mikael Williams definitely can get it. So, be excited. It looks promising. We got Bryce, Huff. We got a pure pass rusher that can penetrate and put the pressure on quarterbacks. Listen, Matthew Stafford, little man, Kyler Murray over there in Arizona, and Sam Darnold, they're going to have to deal with Huff. Huff is going to puff and puff and get after these quarterbacks. And then you got to deal with Mikael Williams. If these boys can step up and do what I think they can do, this team is going to be a good team. But we got to see it first. We got to see it first. But I said it. Mikael Williams, Defensive Rookie of the Year from the San Francisco 49ers. With that, guys, I am out of here. You guys are amazing.
Correctamundo.
You guys are amazing. You guys are awesome. Thank you for kicking it with me this late. Make sure to hit the subscribe. Make sure to share my video with those. I am not your normal podcast guy that breaks down film, that, you know, talks about this, talks about. I'm at the guy at the barber shop, chilling, waiting for the barber to cut my hair, and just talking football. Thank you for being part of my channel. If you're first time here, welcome. Hand applause for all you first timers, Eagle fans. Congratulations on your Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly. You guys are the NFC champions of the NFL. Respect to your Eagles. Ain't nobody better than the Eagles until the Super Bowl. And we shall see if somebody can dethrone them or if the Eagles can defend their title. But until the Super Bowl, the Eagles are the best team. So congrats to the Eagles. Pino Man. Good luck with your Chargers. Or piano. I don't know where I got Pino, but anyway, I apologize. Tired. Long day. Good luck with your Chargers. Have fun watching your football teams. Good luck to all of you guys. You guys are all awesome. I don't care what team you represent. Be the best fan of your team you can possibly be. And remember, if anything else, Jesus loves you. God bless. Have a good night. Until next time, I am your boy, Niner Sickness. I'm out of here. Peace and God bless.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.